June, I made $37,000 of revenue. And in this video, I'm going to teach you that exact framework that I use and how you can implement that into your business right now to see the same results. This is going to be by teaching you the 3-step framework that you have probably never heard of or aren't implementing in the right way. And once you learn this framework, you're never going to fail to book calls and close deals again, meaning that you're going to be able to bring in more deals and bring in more money and network with other entrepreneurs around the world. This is very important because right now you're missing out on life-changing connection and opportunity just because of the simple fact that you can't get calls on your calendar. And watch until the end of the video because that's where I reveal this secret sales method that I use to close tens of thousands of dollars in deals that you can start using today. Now, starting with step 1. Step 1 is called the conversational approach. This conversational approach is basically when you actually go out and reach out to people inside of your market. What I mean by that is these are just the people you help, the people that you want to be able to help. And these people that you want to be able to help, when you reach out to them, what you're going to be able to do is just start having a conversation. The reason why this is so impactful is because everybody's selling everything nowadays. So if you're up here saying, oh, I'm going to give you this guarantee and just messaging all these people, yeah, that's amazing, but can I really trust you? That's where this method comes in. Imagine if you are able to just reach out to somebody, start having a conversation, and then you can start building trust and rapport with this person. And then as you start to build this and have these conversations, that's when people then start to buy from you. It's because of the fact that people don't buy just off of anything nowadays. They buy from the person that they're talking to. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter if you're buying food or it doesn't matter if you're buying a car or some program, a course, a book. They have to have a positive association with that brand that they're buying from. For example, you go off to the supermarket, there's a specific supermarket that you always go to. You'll see way more people go to that because they have a positive association with that store. Or even any content creator that you don't necessarily, maybe you don't buy from, but then you watch and you pay your attention, not your money. You're still paying attention to them because you have a positive association with that person. The way you can take advantage of this is by continuously having conversations with people and reach out to them. And the way you can find this and find these people in your market are by going to places that you know they're going to congregate online. So you've been this type of person that you want to help before. So you go out and find these people online and start reaching out to them, whether that's through Discord, that is through Instagram, that's through school, right? That is through, it could be Reddit, wherever you know your market and the people you want to help are going to congregate. That's where you go. Really, right now, you should truly have the intention going into the conversation and first messaging them as you're going to give as much as possible. You want to give away as much as possible and give and give and give. Even if it takes you longer to make a sale. Even if that means that you're going to wait a little bit longer till you bring in money. Because when you do this, then people create that positive association with you. And then when they create that positive association, that is just building trust. And then what you can do is after you start the conversation, you send that initial message and then you guys actually are starting to talk, you can start sprinkling in bits of value by understanding more about that person through asking questions to truly understand them and to truly be able to get an understanding of this person. Then that's where the next step comes in. This is step 2. This is the relationship converter. Now, what I mean by this is where it's time to actually build a relationship with that person, because remember how I mentioned that people don't buy just from anybody nowadays buying anything. What they buy from is a specific person and brand that they have a positive association with, like to begin with. And there's 3 fundamental things when building the relationship that you need to keep in mind, because this isn't just any person that you're talking to. There's 3 things you need to be able to do. Build trust, build credibility, and build authority. So then throughout your conversations in the future, you need to be able to effectively do those 3 things to be able to then in the future, when the time is right, pitch in your offer and make the sale. The way that you're gonna build this trust, authority, and credibility is very simple. This is gonna be through things like messages, free calls, free resources, and proof of yourself, like testimonials you've had of other people in the past, testimonials from yourself, and that sort of thing. And especially at the start of your coaching journey. What you want to do is you want to help a ton of people for free a lot before, so you can get that case study. That's you are who you say you are, and you have that knowledge, because then when you've helped other people achieve the result you say you're going to help people with, and you've had helped yourself, and then you start building a relationship with somebody in the future, and you start talking to them, and you're like, hey, by the way, I actually did help this person with this. I was just wondering if you're struggling with a similar problem, and I can help you out with it. Totally for free, by the way. Because when you say that, they'd be like, yeah, sure, I want to help. Okay, perfect. When's a good time to talk in the future? Maybe on a call or something. Then that's where you get them. You can get them on a call, give them free resource, give them free help. And then when the time is right, after you sent that first message, after you've had those conversations, after you understand their current situation, where they're at, what they're struggling with, what do they want? What's the pain associated with their problem right now? Once you can understand these things, then you can easily get them on a call. Then you can see if they're interested for even more help for them paying you. Because you helped them a ton up front, you really got to understand them, they got to trust you, they seen you are who you say you are. And then that in itself is going to get them to be a way more likely to buy and be interested. Now sometimes, this might not work. It just might not. And you might be having the belief right now, oh, maybe I shouldn't reach out to them. I don't know if it's worth it, because then it'll take a while. What if it doesn't work? And you're probably thinking that in the back of your mind. Well, let's say it doesn't work. What are you gonna do, quit? Like, are you just gonna quit because it didn't work? Seriously, you're not gonna quit. You're gonna continue to do these things. And by using this method and using it consistently, what's gonna be able to happen is you're gonna get way better market understanding. So you're gonna understand your market to a way higher level than anybody else, which means when you do get on those sales calls and you start booking calls way more frequently, what you're going to be able to do is make sales way easier, because of the fact that you have all that previous knowledge that all of your competition lacks. Meaning you can actually really understand somebody's problems, and that means you can then deliver a better service, guess what, resulting in more money for you and also more help for them. So when they actually are interested, and you can tell that you've helped them, you got on a call with them, give them some free resources, then you can see if they're interested for more help, and it's going to be pretty obvious if they are or aren't. Also, if you want a free messaging framework, as well as be taught how to convert on calls even better, what you can do is feel free to click the top link in the description, join my free private community, and I'll give you access to those. Now, step 3. This is the casual closer. The casual closer takes time to genuinely understand the prospect they're talking to. Like, who's this person on the call? Like, can I actually help them? They don't sell and hard sell. It's just not the type of person they are. They're casual about it. They wait to even think about closing. They wait until the person's already interested, asks clearly interested questions, and they're curious about what you have to provide. And then once they start doing that, then this closer goes and then they sell to them. And then they start to actually understand the problem even more and see if they genuinely believe they can help them. Once they genuinely believe they can help them, then they'll pitch in the right moment. Instead of thinking, oh, I want to make money, let's just make the money, I need to make the sale, I need this, I need to make the money. Because by doing that, it just shows that you really want it, and it almost seems like you're begging, and people just don't like that. People don't like people like that. People like people who are way more casual about it, and people overall like somebody who's going to actually help them and actually like them, and people can tell your genuine intention. And remember to only pitch, so like give your offer to them when the time is right. Only do that when the time is right. And the way you can tell when the time is right is simply when the person asks. So you really understand their problem, and then you understand where they want to get to. And then when you know you can help them and you're on the sales call, and you be like, hey, would you like me to tell you more about what I do? And just see if we can work something out in the future. Then once you do that, if they say, yeah, for sure, I'd love to, it seems like I'd be like an amazing fit, then you tell them more about it, and then you could segue that into the offer. And make sure you really give and give and give. This is a huge thing beforehand. To make these sales, you have to give and give. And if you feel like you're giving away too much, that actually means you're not giving away enough. Overall, on the sales call, you want to ask questions, and overall, really the entire time that you're talking to this person, you want to ask questions to make them genuinely understand that you care, but also so that way you can genuinely understand them because you do care and you're trying to help them out. Overall, think about it like this. Think about you're a doctor who's trying to diagnose your patient's problem. And then you're going to prescribe the right medicine, the right solution, which in this case is your offer. Now, the way you're going to be able to do this and be able to do this effectively and get tons of results from it is simply by doing a lot of volume, do more and more and more. But honestly, I've seen so many people, they say they're going to do this, and then I teach them all of this stuff, and I've taught a lot of my clients all the mindset behind it, and then I'll teach them how to do this, and then they just they won't do it. You know, they just won't take advantage of the system that you can easily follow. And you shouldn't be like that, yet I know you probably will. You want to take time to network with people, build relationships, build genuine connection, and then that is how you are going to succeed in the long run. Yeah, you might make a tiny bit less money in the next couple months, but you're going to make way more in the future. I mean, I've been doing this for years now, and it's all came down to the same thing. Building connection with people, getting people to genuinely understand that you care and then trust you and understand that you have credibility in what you're talking about. So really just take this time, do a ton of volume, do more and more and more. And I know you have that voice in the back of your mind that is kind of telling you that maybe I shouldn't do it, maybe I could, I'm not really sure, I don't know. Do it, just go and do it and commit yourself to something. However, most people can't really stay consistent, they're really just lazy as fuck. So you really have to make sure that you're not one of them. And then as soon as you actually start doing this stuff, that's how you're going to be your competition, by outworking them. And then you should outwork the doubt in yourself. You probably have doubt, other people have doubted you. Outwork that doubt. Don't let the doubt seep into your mind. Work harder than the doubt does trying to get into your own head. So you know you don't have very many leads. You know you don't have very many calls. And let's be honest, this is pretty painful for you right now. You've probably been struggling with this, looking for a solution. Maybe you only get a couple hundred leads here and there. Maybe you don't even get any leads at all, no sales calls, making no money, making barely any money every single month. And I know you want to have that certainty to be able to actually make these sales and to be able to consistently bring in money and have certainty that it's going to happen. Well, what you can do is go join my free community. Top link in the description. It's a free private community with hundreds of other online coaches that are learning the secrets behind the mindset of being an online coach, as well as the principles you should follow to be able to succeed in this endeavor. Then once you join, you're going to be taught everything you actually need to create that certainty and get more leads than you could ever imagine. The people in there right now are learning secrets that you are missing out on. They're going to destroy you as your competition unless you join now and take advantage of this opportunity. So go join now and get access to this information that's going to completely change your life and business. Or don't. And don't take action. Be like everybody else. Don't take advantage of opportunities literally right in front of you. And just start living like a mediocre life like all the other people who've watched this far and aren't gonna, they aren't gonna even think about clicking. They're like, oh, I can do it on my own. Why not take the help of somebody who's done it before? It's just unreasonable not to. The choice is yours. Personally, I'd rather choose the right one. And I think you know what the right one is too.